Yes, Pimpin' Mo, aka Mo the Diabolical, coming at you with another movie review. I'm gonna talk about One Spoon of Chocolate. I give this movie a 5 out of 5. This movie was written and directed by RZA of the Wu-Tang Clan. I think Quentin Tarantino had funded this movie or whatever. It's about this one guy, he's getting out of prison for some type of assault. He was trying to stop some bullies or something from beating up somebody. He was in New York. Then he went to this little white supremacist town called Karensville, Ohio. And this black dude, I guess his cousin, one of his cousins was walking down the street. I don't know why he was walking. And he was hitchhiking, and some 3 white girls picked him up in this little bitty car. Then they drove him into town and dropped him off at this gas station. I guess they set him up. He went inside the gas station, and the girls were gone, and this group of white supremacists were sitting in the same spot the girls were sitting in at the gas station, so they ended up beating them up. And come to find out, this town was full of white supremacists, and they was harvesting black people's organs. They had took this guy's organs, took his jacket and his shoes, and left him outside on the road. And it was, the opening of the movie was crazy, because why is this guy walking down the road? Why he didn't call his brother or whatever that was living in that same house with him? Why he didn't call him? Why was he even out there hitchhiking in the first place? They ain't going to that. But come to find out, this is a white supremacist town. Got a white supremacist group called Legion. I forgot the guy's name. I think his name was Jimmy or something. His dad's the sheriff. So the sheriff, the law enforcement, everybody involved with this little white supremacist group in this little town. So they going around unaliving black people and taking their organs and selling them, and they pocketing all the money. And it was a guy, the main character, I think his name was Unique or whatever. He was trained, he went to the army or whatever, so he knew how to fight. So he ended up, at the end of the movie, he ended up going to the place because they ended up killing his cousin, unaliving his cousin. The whole town is a bunch of white supremacists, man, because he had bailed out with this bail bondsman. He was a part of a little white supremacist group on the low. And the whole town full of black people, they just, staying in that town, not doing nothing about it. Like they understand that there's white supremacist stuff going around. Black people coming up missing. These white people in this town calling grown black men boy. Instead of using the N-word, they was calling them boy and another word and stuff I'm not going to say on here, but they was using all these derogatory terms towards black people. And these black folks in this town wasn't trying to stand up to these folks, like they were scared or something, man. But this one dude came from New York. He wasn't having that. So he went to the little hangout and started unaliving all these white dudes. Oh, man. And then, he blew up the little place they were in, and then the whole town came because they was at church. The sheriff was out there. They had like a little loudspeaker, and he had the guy, the main white supremacist dude that was the leader of the group. He had him confess to unaliving his cousins and unaliving some other black people, and the movie just ended with the guy holding a gun to the white dude's head. I was like, man, they didn't even show what happened. If the guy went to jail, or if they uncovered the truth, what was going on in this town about the organ harvesting. And it was a great movie, man. It was a great movie. It shows you that these little towns got these little white supremacist groups and letting them run amok. They tied in with law enforcement. Law enforcement ain't doing nothing about it, lying. Because they had got the guy played by R.J. Silas' character. These white supremacists were beating up on his car, hitting his car with baseball bats and stuff like that while they was in the car. Him and his cousin and his girlfriend and another little white girl. And they end up getting away, and one dude ended up getting hurt. And they tried to say that the black dude played by R.J. Siler ran him over, when it wasn't like that. They just was beating. They was on top of the car, beating his car down with baseball bats. He was just trying to get away. So they ended up saying that it was like a hit and run and charging with a DWI and all this other stuff. Something they're lying to the police. I'm like, okay, the place they were at, I don't know if they had cameras or whatever. They could have shown the footage and shown that they was over there messing with these dudes for no reason, man. So It was all over the place. Then on top of that, the white girl played by Paris Jackson, she was there when everything was going on and didn't say nothing. They didn't even charge her with anything. She was in the car. They didn't charge her with nothing. They just let this little girl a white girl get away with everything. I'm like, is she gonna testify when her friend, this little black girl, she was hanging with, she gonna go testify? They didn't even say nothing about that. It was a lot of holes in this movie. I'm like, okay, they said 3 black people had ran over somebody, but the white girl wasn't even involved. They know the white girl was in the car. They know that. But they still didn't charge her. She walking around free. I'm like, come on, man. This movie really kind of ticked me off a little bit. All this white supremacist stuff going on in this town. And all the black people that's living there ain't doing nothing about it, like they all scared and stuff, man. This is the whole moral of the movie. These black folks are scared. And this one black dude who don't even live in that town, came from a whole nother state, was willing to fight these folks and get justice. That's the whole moral of this movie, man, which I like. I like movies like this that shine a light on these white supremacists and how black people need to stand up and fight these people. Because this is our country. The guy even said it in the movie, we built this country off our backs, off free slave labor. This is our country. I'm glad they said something about that at the end of the movie, man. Kind of had me in a little tear because that's the same way I feel. A lot of people need to watch this movie. It's a great movie. It's low budget, but it's good. It's good for a low budget film. Shout out to RZA for making this movie, because a lot of black folks, a lot of foundational black Americans need to watch this movie so they can wake up and see what it really is out here. It ain't all partying and smoking weed and drinking. This is real life stuff going on. Black people coming up missing, harvesting black people organs, throwing black people on the side of the roads in this movie. All these white supremacists running around having fun. They even got white supremacists in the sheriff's office, in law enforcement. So this shows you how law enforcement and white supremacy clicked in with each other. It's a good movie to watch. I recommend this movie to everybody. 5 out of 5. But this is Mo the Diabolical. I'm a holler.